So I thought I'd make a video about another topic. Uh, you know, uh, I have, for those that know, I've had aplastic anemia. I was diagnosed with aplastic anemia in 2007 when I was 23 years old. Within a few months, I had a bone marrow transplant, chemotherapy administered, and almost died from the chemotherapy. It was so powerful. And recovered. I'm actually, the doctor said I made a remarkable, very fast recovery. They said probably one of the fastest of all the patients they've seen had a bone marrow transplant. And I was going through the internet. I really don't ever look up anything about aplastic anemia anymore, ever since what had happened with me when I was 28 years old. For those that know what had happened. And but anyway, I'm 41 years old now, and I know that there's this girl by the name of Stepànka, and she's a well-known YouTuber that makes videos and has like all sorts of different social board accounts and like OnlyFans. And anyway, very pretty girl. I mean, I could tell you any day of the street that is like a dream girl for me. That just everything I'm looking for, and everything that I used to, when I was very young, always seeking, and for some reason was never able to catch. But anyway, I was at Walmart about, I think it was like 4 or 5 years ago, I think it was, maybe even before that. It was before COVID. It was like right before COVID, I want to say, or right after COVID. I don't think I went to the DMC competition yet. I think I did. I don't think I had gone to the DMC competition yet. Anyway, I was working at Walmart, and I was living in Lawrence, Kansas, and I just happened to just be working in the middle of the aisle, and I looked down and I see Stepànka. And when I saw her, I knew it was her because her body language, like, she seemed sort of comical, like kind of like a funny personality kind of individual that has a good sense of humor. And her body language, she looks at me, she goes like that, and I didn't approach her or bother her, And I was like wanting to go say something as she walked by, and I didn't say anything. She looked like she was wearing a medical outfit, like she was a nurse or something. Not like a patient, but she looked like she was a nurse or something. Anyway, she walked by, and I said to the other worker, "Hey, I think that's Stepànka." I think that was. I'm pretty sure that was. That girl, famous YouTuber that has aplastic anemia. So, wow, and I saw her. She was real pretty. It's real wild whenever I see people on TV or YouTube videos of any kind. Anybody that's ever on social boards or on the internet that's well known. Most of the time, it ever being females, because I've been extracted completely from all heterosexual females at all given cost. But when I do come across one, it's weird to me because I feel so much more taller, and I guess on the camera makes people look a lot more bigger and taller than they really are. And I was like, damn, they look so much more shorter than I thought. Beautiful girl, nothing bad to say about that. She was perfect fitting. Anyway, I know that she went through a horse serum. I kept up with her accounts here and there, watched a lot of her videos, and she's from Czech Republic, I think, originally. And anyway, such a pretty girl. I mean, I couldn't tell you. That is, when I envision of what kind of girl, obviously internal personality matters as well, in character. she is perfectly, exactly 100% what I'm looking for, and what I'm directly attracted to, right? So pretty. I mean, like pretty, like a Victoria's Secret pretty, like Victoria's Secret model pretty, like just pretty, pretty, pretty girl. Like you just have to keep looking at their face because they're so pretty and they have such pretty eyes. But anyway, I don't know her personally. I know she's done like some sort of 90-day fiance on a couple TV shows. She's been on entertainment. I really don't understand anything of the TV world, how people become famous, then they just fall off the wagon and just disappear. I don't really understand that world because I don't know anybody in that world personally, and I've never tried to be on a reality show. I don't understand that world of entertainment business. So I listened to her would talk about her blood labs and her counts and seen a few of her videos. And she's deleted me a couple of times and blocked me off, and I guess unblocked me, I don't know. But I thought it was worth me talking about. And she's just about my age. We're like, if we're not the same exact age, we're just within a year or two apart from each other. And she didn't go through a bone marrow transplant. She went through a horse serum, which was, I remember the doctors told me the same thing. They told me, and they said, you can either have a bone marrow transplant, you can have a horse serum, or a rabbit serum, or what they called was like the natural remedy route. And like, I don't know, they said something like an organic remedy route, which is they give you high levels of vitamins, and then you have to contact your own sort of nutritionist that is very educated in that world to then try to do it all the natural way, which very few people have been successful at that, and it's 1 in a million disease. And I'm thinking to myself, we both have a 1 in a million disease. We're both the same age, and this girl, you know, she looks like she has, without a doubt, is a flooded amount of men contacting her. Like, I could just imagine, I can only imagine how many guys are contacting her for booty calls and whatnot, and pampering her and whatnot. But I thought it was worth me talking about. I you know, so much of the world that I live in is so much of a question and spontaneous, and don't really have too many answers to why there's never been much of a resolution to this. But I'd love to be able to go on a date, to go to a charity event for great support for others. I think that, you know, I've always, when I finally earn my GED and I get my mathematics completed, I've already passed all the tests, I just got to complete the math part of it. I plan to go to a charity event for Aplastic Anemia bone marrow transplant. They don't have really too many, if it's really rare, so they don't have big events for aplastic anemia. What they do is they have blood disease and bone marrow transplant patient charity events. And what they do is they have a bunch of people that have bone marrow transplants, because there's a lot of people that have bone marrow transplants and leukemia, aplastic anemia, all sorts of blood diseases that are all in the same group and get treated. Many have cancer, but it's all blood-related diseases, bone marrow transplant patients. Many of them have had, and I've always wanted to go to them, but I was so broke, I was living homeless in the streets and whatnot. But I think it would be very beautiful, really great to go on a date, give great support to people, and to a place like that. But it never did happen. Never did. But when I finish this GED part, I do plan to, you know, get dressed up. I'm going to get dressed up and go by myself to one of these events and just give support, see what it's like, hear what people's stories are like. Because when you go to these charity events, you you hear people's stories. Oh, I was this, and this, I ate these food, and oh, this person worked at this company will cause their aplastic anemia, or, they went the natural route and it worked really well for them, or some other remedies didn't work very well, and they tried alternate routes. But at these charity events, they have music, very nice food, tables, it's sort of it's a fashion, not fashion, but you got to dress up nice. You got to dress up nice, get all cleaned up, and go to this event. And I'd really love to be able to go and, I don't know who this girl is, but I think that we make a pretty good combo going out there and hearing what this person has to say about what their story was like, and give support to other people. And but anyway, I thought I'd talk about this. I first came across her aplastic anemia story, like probably 5 or 6 years ago, maybe even more than that. I would say it was right when she got diagnosed, right about that time. And I remember thinking to myself, when I came across that she had aplastic anemia, I was like, she's the one. That's how I was. I was like, oh dear God. and so, but I was like, oh wow, maybe I could meet this girl. Maybe, we're both young, and this is like right when she got diagnosed, like 2016. I think she said she was diagnosed with aplastic anemia, and it was like 2018. I think it was 2018, 2017, and I know that it's a 1 in a million. That to me was so astonishing to me, because to get a disease that's 1 in a million, and to be a super blonde girl like that, and her go through her journey, to me it was like, wow. To me it was like, it felt calling. I mean, you can't help to think, I'm not going to go down the, the delusional gaga route, but, you can't help to think to yourself, I'm single, you're always on the market, I'm in the market, we're both very attractive looking people, we're very opposite hair color, and she is a beautiful looking girl, and but I thought I'd say something, make a video on this. I don't ever recall seeing this person ever, of all the traveling that I've been doing, all the places, but she looks like such a sweetheart. I mean, what, to me, when I'm watching her videos, it's extremely engulfing to me, because she's so intelligent, and that's what's so attractive to me. Like, how she expresses herself, some talks, the topics, and her vocabulary, beautiful. I mean, her mind is so fresh. It's intelligent, very intelligent and smart and very witty, like very bright, mentally very bright, and that's what's so attractive. It's like she's very, very intelligent, very smart. But anyway, thought I'd make a video. As those that don't know, this is kind of what.
It was very shockingly small, but the one redeeming was that there was this little Bella, which
This is what she looks like. I don't know if you can see that on camera. That's her right there. But yeah, she travels around the world, so there's nothing she hadn't seen already. And but I thought I'd make a video. Of all these years and all these things that were going on, I thought this was going to be a uniting situation with friends and family, and maybe I come across her or a girl like her, and never did. But I'm not losing hope. I just wander throughout the world until it stumbles, right? That's how I stumble across it. But anyway, thought I'd make a video and stay healthy.